and also Managing Director of Assam Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation, and I am representing Government of Assam. Since morning, we have discussed lots of issues, and out of that, I think skill development is another one. And from our government side, we have also one program. It's called Multidisciplinary Skill Development Program, MDSD program. And before initiating the last year, we had done one resource mapping exercise through our Industries and Commerce Department. And we have found that around 82,000 skilled people are required for various industries in the next 5 years. And the requirement of around 3.2 lakhs for the various service sector activities. And these are, we have identified 52 service sector activities where we need around 3.2 lakhs skilled people. Then again, perhaps you know already something happened within 2014 June, that suddenly some people, workers from the northern regions, they have to leave Bangalore, Hyderabad, and these all the southern states. And immediately we took up the issue, and we sent our official team to study how many people are working in that region. And in that study, we found that around 8 lakh youth from the Assam itself is working in the southern part of the country, and 84% of the youths are working in the southern states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana and Puducherry, followed by 11% Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. And these people are working in the field like industrial construction 42%, private security 29%, retail trade 10%, hospitality services 6%, and the others 6%. Then we took the decision that we have to go ahead with a multidisciplinary skill program. If we taught them something, if we provide any inputs on in the soft skill or in the skill, then these people they may get better remuneration in that area. With this view, that we have taken up the program MDSD. And it has twin objective that if they train in the MDSD program, then they may opt for job or they may go for any enterprise, setting up of any enterprise. And similarly, then we took one program to construct, propose to construct 219 multidisciplinary skill development training center covering all the blocks. And last year we took up 12 out of 16 out of 16, 4 have already completed, and trainings are going on, and 12 under construction and likely to be completed by March. And we have constructed another 8 temporary centers to provide a training facility in the centers. And we took the help from our government agencies like National Academy of Construction of Hyderabad, Central Tool Secretariat Guwahati, CPET Center Guwahati, then the Metro Training Center Guwahati, and also hire training service provider from the other parts of the country. Then we created a platform, this is called Job Studio. Job Studio, that the Madhavat said that the 5,000 rupees per month they can survive. It is true. Then our instruction from our government side is there that the training service provider they should initiate discussion with the employer so that they get minimum 2,500 rupees, at least one free meal and free accommodation for the workers. And I think we don't have any instance till yet. It is followed by the other employer as well as the training service providers. And we have already trained up around 2,200 youth, and the another batch of 430 is going on, and you'll be surprised that out of 200, almost 90% of the youths, they got job. In Assam, in the industries, those who are set up in the various industrial growth sector in the state as well as in the outside the district. Then those who are opted for setting up their own enterprises, we launched one scheme, this is called Angel Fund scheme, where the rate of interest is only 5%, full moratorium for 10 months, and the maximum limit is 5 lakhs, and entire money is provided by the state government. We already invested 24 crores, another 20 crores will be released by next 2 days. That means by end of 2016, we are putting 42 crores against this Angel Fund scheme. But we are facing the hurdle only, as I mentioned, the construction of the MDSD center, because we have not sufficient fund to take up all the blocks within the time frame, and we have submitted one proposal from our government to Skill Development Ministry, but it is under construction, it is under consideration of the government. In case of hotel and tourism, our inflow of tourists as per our record, government record, it is around 4 lakhs of domestic tourists and around average, in an average, 18,000 of foreign tourists to our state. And if you go for the infrastructure, we have 224 budget hotels with 4,699 rooms, 46 hotels in 2-star category with 1,862 rooms, and 2 hotels with 4-star category with 147 rooms. As of date, we have 2 hotels in 5-star category. It is now functional with 295 rooms, including this hotel, and another 3 hotels in 5-star category, 400 rooms is under construction and is likely to be completed by 2016 itself. Regarding IT and ITs, it is already discussed and mentioned by my fellow our neighboring states representatives, and we have the potential to work in the IT sector, but we are facing, the entire region is facing the non-availability of bandwidth. The bandwidth is not sufficient, that's why the IT and ITs are not interested to set up their enterprises here, and even they are not interested to putting up their industries in this region. One IT park is under construction at the Azara, and it will take some time because it is a PPP project and we are looking for a very good partner. And I don't know exactly when it will be completed. Regarding handloom and handicraft and the retail sector, last year our export was, official export was around 45 crores, and we are the major exporter of tea, and last year our export, total value of export was 2,700 crores, and out of that RD 45 crores of handloom and handicraft handloom products. It is Eri and Mogasil Magmeda. Though we produce quality bamboo products and bamboo products, it is difficult to export because of its value and the cost of transportation is too high. That we have, normally our entrepreneurs, they have to depend on a third party for exporting their products to various parts of the country as well as to abroad. And one bamboo technology park is under construction, RD 45 kilometers from here, and it is to be completed by next 2 months. In the retail sector, there is a tremendous potential for employment generation due to new malls are coming up in Guwahati as well as in other urban centers. In case of horticulture, we have in Assam only 41 cold storage and one coal seam project, and another one is under construction. According to a study conducted by PwC, that 19 lakh metric ton of marketable surplus is available, horticulture produce is available in the northern region, out of which 13 lakhs metric ton is in the state of Assam. And it has a potential of industrial output of around rupees 2,500 crores, with an employment generation of 20,000 people. Now, the facilities are required, facilities like grading and packaging, cold storage with new capacity of around 2.25 lakhs metric ton, and warehouses with a new capacity of 3.35 lakhs metric ton. In case of media, entertainment, etc., Assam has around 4 FM radio stations, including All India Radio. We have 10 recording studio, 6 video editing and recording studio, 1 government institute for providing diploma courses on audio video, recording, editing and shooting. And we have 5 private broadcasting units to broadcast daily news and other entertainment programs, apart from the local cable network services in various districts. I think in the first session we have discussed all the film, the audio recording, everything, but in Assam you will find one mobile theatre concept, Bhaimaman Theatre, mobile theatre. It was introduced way back in 1960, and we have around 10 mobile theatre units in Assam, and they got around 6 to 7 months to perform various drama theatre of the duration of 4 days. Even 2-3 shows are also been performed by them, and almost 5,000 people are directly involved with this mobile theatre group. And this includes the artists, musicians, lightmen, and logistics support managers, etc. But we don't have any good training institute here in Assam for the theatre. Then the radio jockey, whatever called, then the editing and the other service provided in this sector. Then we are looking for that. I think if the journalists help us, we will submit a proposal in this regard. In case of healthcare and wellness, we have 235 nursing homes in the private sector. And people from this region and also from the Assam is normally moved to Delhi, Chennai, etc. for a better treatment. And here there is a huge gap of manpower requirement. Basically, in the doctors, in the last assembly session, our head minister, he declared a position that more than 2,000 doctors are shortage of doctors is around 2,000, and nurses are more than 50,000. And this need to be addressed. And new medical college and nursing homes are coming up, but it will take some time. It was projected that by end of 2019, our shortage may be filled up. Now coming to policy initiative towards service sector, you may be aware that the one central policy over there is today is implementing. The government of India provided some incentive through Northeast Industrial Investment Policy 2007, NAP 2007, which effect from 1/4/2007 to 31/2017. Then under this policy, certain incentives are provided. These are 30% capital investment subsidy without any limit, 3% interest subsidy on working capital for 10 years, 100% reimbursement of premium of comprehensive insurance for 10 years, central excise exemption for 10 years, and income tax exemption for 10 years. And service sector activities those are covered under such policies are hotels, not below 2-star category, adventure and leisure sports including low risk, medical and health services in a national nursing home with minimum capacity of 25 beds and old age home, vocational training institutes such as hotel management, catering and food crafts, entrepreneurship development, nursing and paramedical, civil aviation related training, fashion design and industrial training. However, registration under the policy with effect from 1st December 2014 was suspended by the Ministry, DIPP, and led to withdraw the suspension immediately for development of manufacturing and service sector in the region. Policy initiative from the Assam government side. Through our industrial policy, we have provided exemption for 15 years. It is anti-tax exemption for all sectors, service and manufacturing sector, and 50% larger tax exemption for 10 years, and 75% reimbursement of quality certification subject to a limit of ₹2. On 27th this month, day after tomorrow, our government is going to launch the single window portal for speedy clearances of around 78 activities for ease of doing business, and also unveiling the Assam Ease of Doing Business Ordinance 2016 by our Honorable Chief Minister of Assam on 27th at 11 a.m. Now, intervention short that we request the Government of India to withdraw the suspension of connectivity.
Please wind up. Just 1 minute.
There is need of bandwidth connectivity, reopening of external route, and also need to open up additional routes with the neighboring countries, go out in the direct connectivity with ASEAN and SAARC countries, and setting up of a language learning center of East Asian countries at Guwahati. These are my submission, and all these viewers, I hope to message. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saikia, for giving an elaborate description of the activities which Government of Assam is taking. I'm really hopeful that you have mentioned that you are giving through your DSPs to 12,500 plus one free meal and accommodation. And if you are going to sustain with that, then definitely you are going to give a very optimistic environment to all of us. And let's hope that the attrition and what we are talking about, it will be less if this will continue. There is another view whenever we discuss in our ministry, talking about Northeast region, then the other states are always telling that why you take Assam also as a part of one of the Northeastern states in terms of service or development. Because it is full-fledged. I mean that we have given a lot in the last couple of years, in the last 2-3 decades to Assam. I mean, we talk about infrastructure development activities. And whatever you have just mentioned about whether it is media or it is retail or it is tourism or whether it is handloom and handicrafts, but it is a good sort of exposure or activities you people are doing it. I am just trying to give one more angle into the service industry, and what I feel that is very important, and none of the states have mentioned about that, barring a little bit from Nagaland. That whenever you talk about service industry and then you take few sectors like food processing, you take handlooms and handicrafts, you take agriculture and horticulture, you take floriculture, then you need to have a certification mechanism into a place. If you don't have your certification mechanism into a place, you cannot sell your produce outside country. APEDA is doing through Ministry of Commerce and Industry something about organic certification. But you talk about other certification, unless until we will not have a proper mechanism, we have to discuss it. And I am very sorry to say that I have never received any sort of proposals, barring from Sikkim, any sort of proposal related to certification of the products. Whether you talk about certifying your own area, what you call it a management certification, or through your processing to the product, that is COC, chain of custody certification. So what I feel that whenever you talk about service sector industry and you talk about international or taking your products outside the country, definitely try to take certification is one of the important tools. Unless until the states will not take forward this sort of mechanism, you are not going to sell your produce outside your country. Because in forest and handlooms and handicrafts, we all know that each country, I mean US is having LACI Act. If you talk about Europe, they are having their own UTR. And like Australia, Canada, they all are having their own sort of restrictions where unless until you will not prove the legality of your timber or the forest produce or your handloom and handicrafts or your organic produce, you cannot sell that. So definitely I would like to request all the other states also to take certification also, one of the measures where we talk about to take service sector into a new era. So now it is open for the questions. If anybody would like to ask any sort of question to our panelists, then floor is open. I know because it's a very, long day for all of us, so without taking much of time, because taking the advantage that nobody is asking the question, I would like to thank each of you, including my panelists also, and then thank you very much for this wonderful session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much to all dignitaries on the dais for sharing their thoughts so lucidly. Thank you very much to all of you for being involved and participant audience and bearing your patience. We will be calling a close to the conference for day 1.